We are here today to celebrate and congratulate three wonderful public entities that have stepped forward in a very competitive grant process and have achieved success in their applications on the heels of Lead Poisoning Prevention Week. Washington University, the City of St. Louis, and the County of St. Louis all competed nationally in an effort that saw a tremendous amount of competition across the nation, but we had a wonderful confluence of success here in St. Louis. And so it is my great pleasure to be able to introduce the three grantees, and then at the very end I'll come back and answer any questions you might have. I'd like to introduce Mayor Francis Slay from St. Louis.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Bradley, and thank you to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development for this outstanding and very much appreciated grant for the efforts that we're undertaking in the City of St. Louis to address lead poisoning in children. I certainly want to thank HUD for recognizing the successes that we've already achieved and for providing us funding to help us continue our mission to make sure that not one child in the City of St. Louis suffers the ill effects of lead poisoning and exposure to lead. When we launched our Lead Safe St. Louis effort in 2003, we had a public health crisis. Many of our beautiful old homes were hiding a dark secret: lead paint. It chips, it peels, and it's dangerous to kids who play around it and ingest it. Even at low levels of lead in a child's blood, it can affect their IQ, their ability to pay attention in school and learn, and it can cause them to be aggressive or to have violent tendencies. So in 2003, we launched a comprehensive action plan to eliminate childhood lead poisoning in the City of St. Louis. Our health department began case managing kids who had high levels of lead in their blood. Our building division began performing free lead inspections and then removing the dangerous lead that they found. We have Pam Walker here representing our health department. We have Frank Oswald representing our building division. We have Fred Wessels and Bill Ratow representing the Community Development Agency for the City of St. Louis. We have made incredible progress during, and this round of HUD funding will help us do even more. We will use the $2.5 million grant to continue our efforts to provide lead remediation in homes and apartments before a child moves in. The money will go to allowing our building division to complete the testing and remediation on about 180 homes. We've been able to turn a corner from reacting to lead found in our old homes to being proactive in finding it and removing it before a child could even become exposed. Since 2003, the city has spent $33 million, largely thanks to grants like this one from HUD. We have removed lead hazards from nearly 4,000 homes and performed more than 72,000 free lead inspections. They are critical to our continued success. Lead inspections are provided free of charge by the City of St. Louis by calling the Citizen Service Bureau at 622-4800 to set up an appointment. Once the inspection is completed, families are sent an application for financial assistance through the Lead Safe program. So while we've made incredible progress, we still have plenty of work to do to get to where we want to be. 0% of kids having any level of lead in their system. This grant from HUD will help us get there. Thank you so much. So at this time, I'd like to recognize and call on Jim Holtzman from St. Louis County. Jim. Thank you.
I'll try not to be redundant, but it's kind of hard because the issues in St. Louis County are certainly the same issues that we face. The issues in St. Louis City are the same ones we face in the county as well. First, I'd like to thank the city for organizing this, especially the mayor's office. We really appreciate the effort that it takes to get everybody together. On behalf of St. Louis County and County Executive Dooley, I'd like to thank HUD's Office of Healthy Homes and Lead Hazard Control for recognizing the need in St. Louis County, and also for recognizing our ability to articulate that need into an application, because after all, this was a competitive grant process and only 30 cities and counties throughout the country got funding, and 2 of them happen to be here, St. Louis City and St. Louis County. So congratulations to the city and also to Washington University, which got funding for research. This grant will be our 7th in the last 20 years. Each grant covers a 3-year period, so this means that HUD has allowed us to continue our program, keep our employees, and keep our contractors working to make sure that we continue to make every home lead safe as possible in St. Louis County. To date, we have remediated lead-based paint hazards in more than 1,400 homes occupied by low and moderate income residents with children under the age of 6. This new grant will allow us to make another 200 homes lead safe, as well as safe from other environmental and safety hazards. I would like to recognize Mr. Tom Phillips standing over there. Tom has been our lead program manager for over 20 years, and he is responsible for doing all of this work. Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Stark from Washington University.
Thank you. Washington University congratulates the city and the county, and we are delighted to partner with the city and with HUD for keeping other members of our family safe, older adults, safe and healthy in their homes. Falls remain the leading cause of injury, long-term disability, premature nursing home placement, and injury-related mortality for older adults. 1 in 3 older adults over the age of 65 will fall each year, and the risk increases significantly for those over 70. As the population ages and older adults continue to live longer, healthier lives, the cost of fall prevention, or the effects of falls, are expected to reach nearly $60 billion by the year 2020. The majority of falls experienced by older adults occur in the home. Many older adults live in homes that have not been designed to support even normal aging-related changes that older adults experience. Falls in the home are attributed to hazards, such as stairwells that are dimly lit with no handrails, or bathtubs that are slippery and don't have grab rails. As the number of hazards increases in an older adult's home, so does their risk of falling. Rigorous clinical trials conducted in Europe and Australia, and even our work here in the United States, indicate that when occupational therapists can remove these home hazards, the risk of falling can be reduced by about 39%. The problem with these studies, and in fact all studies, is we've not been able to translate these research findings into effective community programs, and the fall risk continues to remain the same. The purpose of this study is actually to bridge the gap between these research findings and real everyday practice. Using this funding provided by HUD's Office of Lead Hazard Control and Healthy Homes, we propose we will reform practice. We would like to bridge this gap by studying 300 older adults in a real-world setting of the St. Louis Area Agency on Aging to determine if we can safely, effectively, and feasibly remove their home hazards and reduce their risk of falls over a one-year period of time. Thank you. Back to Bradley, I think.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, health is a housing issue, and housing is a health issue. And that is why we are so proud here to work with these incredible partners. And that is why the usage of scarce taxpayer resources are so well used, because our partners are identifying ways to prevent tremendous burdens to our public later on. So we're happy to work with them. We have some checks to present. It is my pleasure and privilege to present Mayor $2,500,000 for the city of St. Louis and its outstanding work on lead abatement.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate it, Bradley. Very nice.
No one will know what you're hearing.
And yep, County, there we go. Jim, it is my pleasure that to present a check for $2,396,364 because we had to make it all fit inside the budget allocation. Thank you very much for your outstanding work in the past, and we look forward to seeing the success stories come out in the future.
Well, thank you, brother. We appreciate it very much.
And Dr. Stark, because education is an essential part of knowing what to do at the right time. Washington University, of course, is one of our other outstanding local partners, and we congratulate you in your competition and look forward again to seeing the results of your work.